I like to, when I'm working with people, my coaching practice, oftentimes, I'll have them in a chair and I'll get up and walk around. Because our energy field is filling this whole room, right? It's filling this whole room. So the point of access may not be where you're standing. See what I'm saying? If there are programs hanging in this whole, I mean, just think, all of our energies are blended right now. So just think how many unused programs are hanging in this field. So if I'm having an interaction with you, and I'm feeling like I'm getting nowhere, what if I go and I stand over here? I'm accessing something different from her. And she's accessing something different from me, right? Which would change the pattern of that conversation. And I think also with childhood trauma, we have to be even extra diligent because we're maneuvering, maybe alcohol conversation, alcohol, what's the term they always use? Narcissistic, thought patterns. And here we are as adults, right? And we've got these young programs, they're just running, right? They're running. And that's our default. That's what we need to understand. That's going to be our default. When we get flamboozled, that's where we're going to pop back to, So it really does take diligence of your mind. It takes, diligence every day to say, how am I showing up here? Because what we're doing is our own personal behavior modification. Think about that. I mean, that's what we're doing, especially if we've come from a place where there was no continuity. There was no, we've been maneuvering our whole lives and weaving this story. And a lot of times with trauma, these kids have created these really, really ingenious ways of coping, And, that may not be working out so well for us today. But I think if we turn back around and realize what they're doing and realize that they are showing up to help you, right? They are. Oftentimes when I'm dealing with people, I'll be like, oh, right now we've triggered something that has this person, reacting at an age of 13. Or we have this person and they're reacting at 15. And if you watch your timeline, if you really sit with this recapitulation and start really working with your day and your behaviors, you'll start to notice that. And once we start beginning to notice these patterns and why, what was the trigger that brought this 13-year-old out? What was that? Because then we can follow that trail all the way back, pull the plug, diffuse it, and learn to behave differently.